When I got to UN Foundation 7 or 8 years ago, we knew we were committed to working on girls and women's issues, but we didn't have a way to connect girls in the United States to girls around the world. And that's where Girl Up came in. It's now a global movement of girls in middle schools, high schools, colleges, making this connection.
Absolutely.
And so we're so lucky to have Morgan with us today. She's a rising sophomore in college and has at Binghamton University and came up through the Girl Up system. She was a leader in our Girl Up clubs in upstate New York and now in college. So Morgan, why does it matter? Why do girl issues matter so much in terms of the policy agenda that our policymakers are dealing with?
Well, Girl Up believes that just because wherever a girl is born, that shouldn't determine her destiny and her fate. Like, her dream should be unlockable. She should be able to do everything that she wants to and do everything equal to me and anyone else in the United States. And that's one of the things that we really want at Girl Up. We want every girl to be able to achieve her dreams.
Well, and one of our first goals was passage of child marriage legislation, which occurred.
Yes.
But Morgan, if you could tell us a little bit about an initiative that you were very involved in, which was congressional approval and ultimately enactment into the law of the Girls Count Act of 2015.
Yeah, so my junior year in high school, I've been with the campaign for 4 years, and I love every minute of it. I was super involved with ramping up momentum in the House of Representatives and really talking to our representatives. And every year we have a leadership summit where girls from all around the world. This year we had 300 girls from 9 different countries come and lobby on the Hill. And Girls Count, the bill that was passed in 2015, really focuses on making sure every girl is given a birth certificate. We live in a society where that piece of paper is going to determine your future, and it's not always accessible. And so if a girl is born and she's given that, her whole future unlocks unimaginable potential. And so that's kind of the very basic summary of Girls Count.
So how did you get your congressman to co-sponsor the bill?
Well, Representative Richard Hanna in District 22 is amazing. We called him a lot. It got to the point where we were calling so much the staffers would answer and be like, "Hi, MECSD Girl Up. We know. He knows it's coming. He's going to co-sponsor," and he did. And that's one of the things that's really unique about Girl Up is that our legislators know who we are. And these girls, ages 12 to 22 and higher in college, are really making connections with their legislators. Representative Hanna has been so great with girls and women issues in our district and also abroad, which was really neat to be in that and have that partnership with him.
And the Girls Count Act is certainly an act of bipartisanship in the sense
Exactly.
that it was introduced by Congressman Chabot of Ohio,
Yeah.
as well as Senator Rubio, and signed into law by President Obama.
Yeah.
And so when you think about why the girls were on the Hill just last week as part of the lobby day, what was your ask? What are you trying to get accomplished?
Our ask is to have every girl, no matter where she is in the world, have education. And right now in the world, we have 250 million displaced people. And we have people who are not getting educations. The average year spent for a refugee, they're not in and out of a refugee camp. Someone my age may be in the refugee camp for 17 years. And so I can't imagine ever growing up without an education, not learning how to read, not learning simple math. And so our main ask was to make sure that every child, no matter where they are, is educated. And so that includes in refugee camps.
And again, this is a piece of legislation that was introduced by Congressman Chabot.
Yes.
And when you think about talking to your member of Congress, what issues resonate the most when you talk about girls? Is it just the fact that you're, educated American girls talking to your members of Congress? Is it specific issues that you're raising? What moves the needle?
What really moves the needle is that watching the girls on Lobby Day, they really connect with the fact that this girl is just like her, but she's not given or afforded the same opportunities. It's not necessarily any specific issue. It's that someone just like me on the opposite side of the globe, different coordinates, could be doing the same thing, but she's not given that opportunity. And I saw that with the girls on the Hill. No matter what the conversation was, they were really advocating for that girl. They could feel and they know that that's what their voice is being used for.
And part of the reason why girls are not getting an education is because not all the girls live in camps.
Exactly.
Many refugees are living in communities in which they're not given access to the local school system.
Yeah.
And even in the camps themselves, there's often insufficient resources. So your generation has a somewhat of a reputation at times of being not terribly focused on, legislation or politics. And walk me through, your fellow students. Are they interested in this election season? We're in Cleveland. We're at the Republican convention. Are they interested in this election season? Are they disgusted? Do they want to vote? Do they want to remain engaged? What's the story?
I absolutely think that my generation is more involved than ever in politics. I mean, I look to my left and to my right, and people are getting involved. People are canvassing. People are running for offices. People are engaging in nonprofits that maybe they wouldn't have before. And I think people are making sure that they have a seat at the table and that they're able to represent girls or any other community that they want to. I don't personally see that. I know that's usually a point that some people bring up, but I don't see that. I feel a lot of power behind it.
And do you have to fight it all, this issue of you should be involved in global girl issues as opposed to the issues affecting girls here in the United States, or do you find that you're pushing on an open door?
I think we're pushing on an open door. I feel like our generation has definitely become more of a global citizen, definitely feeling that connection to someone across the globe. Our world is becoming so much smaller. I got my first cell phone when I was 10, and I learned about Girl Up when I was 14, 15, and started getting involved with advocacy at 16, definitely. And I look around in college classrooms, and it's the same thing. And I work with amazing girls because I'm interning with Girl Up right now, who are younger than me. Like, some of them are born in 2004. It makes me feel so old.
What year were you born?
96. But they're so young, and they're going to lobby day. I don't see that. I see this amazing, bright future where girls are super engaged and making sure that every girl around the world has equal opportunity.
Well, and one of the things that we have noticed is that the percentage, when we do lobby days for several of our campaigns,
Yeah.
and the percentage of member-level meetings we get associated with Girl Up is our highest ever, in part because the Girl Up champions are not necessarily as jaded as people who have seen politics before. You're enthusiastic,
Yeah.
And you're really trying to move the needle, and that's exciting to watch.
Yeah.
And as you think about where Girl Up is headed, where should it be headed, what would be from your perspective, a definition of success for the For Girls by Girls movement?
For the For Girls by Girls movement is definitely, our work is not done until every girl has an education, until every girl has access to education, and it doesn't have to be in a child marriage, is able to live her dreams and live to her fullest potential. And I don't think that's going to stop. We keep picking up more countries. We keep picking up more girl advocates. We haven't had a lull, and it's so exciting to watch.
And why don't you mention briefly the school cycle program?
The school cycle program. So we have had 2 years of this now, and we're able to fundraise for girls in different countries to get bikes. Sometimes it's as simple as just giving a girl a bike. I know I had a bike when I was 10 years old, and that's just something that I had. But for these girls, having a bike means she can get education. She can get into a doctor quicker. She can go and run errands more quickly, and all of that's going to add up to having more time during the day. She's not spending a lot of time running these errands and missing her education. And so as simple as providing a bike and also training on how to fix the bike, I don't think I can change a chain. So that's also awesome too. So giving these girls tools to their future and to their success is something that School Cycle does specifically.
Well, and we at the UN Foundation are, so enthusiastic and happy that your movement is taking off.
Yeah.
and in part with the support of Caterpillar Foundation. Thank you for your continued leadership, and most importantly, for taking what was a campaign that really began in middle and high schools and moving it into the college campus level.
Yes.
So it's a statement that the issues and the types of activities that you were tackling in high school have resonance beyond that. So
Yes.
thank you for everything you do.
Yeah, thank you.